all specially invited guests. Distinguished guests. As is customary at almost all gatherings in Sierra Leone, we shall begin by committing this occasion into the hands of the Almighty Allah. May I respectfully invite my boss, the Honorable Bokari Abdul Aziz Bawor, Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education, to lead us in the Muslim prayers.
To pray in Chinese, but the anti-corruption boss just advised otherwise. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Mim Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. La ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm, lahu ma fi samawati wa ma fi al-ard. Man alladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi'idhnihi. Ya'lamu ma bayna aydihim wa ma khalfahum. Wa la yuhituna bi shay'in min ilmihi illa ma sha'a. Wasi'a kursiyuhu samawati wal ard. Wa la yahuduhu hifdhuhuma wa huwa al-'aliyyul 'azim. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا ربنا آتنا بعيدا عن أبصارنا سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والصلاة والسلام الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you very much.
To restore
every day. In Jimmy, around the waterside. Lovely fish, we get them every day. So
am Salma Tabak, television executive producer. I produce programs on both radio and television. I'm a news anchor, a presenter, an announcer on radio. I enjoy what I do because I serve a public service broadcaster. It's a pleasure to work with your service. I am Tilly Koma, Head of News and Current Affairs Unit, Zion Broadcasting Corporation. Our news hour now covers several segments. We have entertainment, business, weather, sports, ferry schedule, and human interest stories, not forgetting politics. We are doing all that to keep you people posted on what's happening all over the country. Thanks for being with us at SLBC. Keep blue. We are the best.
Media and public communication professional with over
we are. Education professional with over 2 decades.
Today is about transformation.
President, we don't prioritize technology, we don't prioritize education, we don't prioritize infrastructure. Government needs to be participating in all of them. Wow. This renovation, this rebirth, this transformation of government party, an opportunity to see the vision of President. They are like, and when people see it, actually get the opportunity to hear and see. So we did.
Let me begin with our journey. Let me begin with our journey. The government printing department is a colonial legacy that was founded in 1794 and started publication as a Royal Gazette in 1801. The first in West Africa, printing for the entire British West Africa, and second to South Africa in 1800 in Sub-Saharan Africa. So we started printing even before renowned companies like Thomas de la Rue, which is now responsible for the printing of our national currency. Fast forward, with the formation of the civil service of Sierra Leone in the 1950s, this department was incorporated under the Ministry of Information with a simple but vital mandate to meet the printing needs of our government. For decades, when the state needed to speak to its people through official gazettes, services like printing of size books, driver's licenses, Kono permit, yes, permit was needed then to enter Kono, and supplies of stationery to MBAs, examination papers for school children, through forms, records that hold the country together. It was the men and women of this department who answered that call. Over time, the government printing department mandate grew. It stepped into commercial printing, serving the wider public, and earned its place in this industry. Generation after generation of Sierra Leonean printers, technicians, and craftsmen have passed through these gates. They did their work with pride. The government printing department is being reborn. Our partners bring advanced technology, deep expertise, and modernize this institution with machines, with systems, properly planned industrial facility. These departments alive will not be left behind. Their employment will be protected, their skills will be uplifted through hundreds of hours of hands-on technical training and professional
where we get we gold, where we get we diamond, where we get we iron or why for where we get we root type, where Waiting do we sweet.
Please have a positive
Salon for well.
History has taught us that printing in West Africa started here. There is hardly a local private printing press that did not benefit from this establishment. For my workers, with this rebirth, you get jobs and you are either overwhelmed or you do not have the machines. Come to us. We have resident engineers, technicians, experts that you occasionally fly in to fix your presses. As a government entity, we are here to make printing environment enabling for you. Your Excellency, Honorable Vice President, this is what partnership and bold leadership make possible. So His Excellency
Salon man and woman as a me. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a me. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. Waiting do we sweet salon for well. Waiting do we sweet salon for well. I say salon man and woman as a me. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a me. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. Where we get we gold, where we get we diamond, where we get we iron or white for where we where we get we rutile, where we get we bauxite. Fish in our water plenty, white for where we I say salon man and woman as a me. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a me. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. If petrol day, lights day na the whole country. Motoka they want no pen no white for well pan we. If parents get good pay, pikin go school. If teacher get good pay, all pikin they go land. I say salon man and woman as a me. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a me. Waiting do we sweet salon for well now we are. Waiting do we sweet salon for well. Waiting do we sweet salon for well. Texas peace and one more. alone, forsake our peace and one more.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegancies. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us.
The Right Honorable Vice President, Minister of Information, ministers present here in business, distinguished representative of the government of the People's Republic of China, the leader of the Dimini Group, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is both a privilege and an honor to stand before you today on this historic occasion, the commissioning printing department, state-of-the-art printing facility. This moment represents far more than the unveiling of infrastructure. It symbolizes progress, partnership, and the shared vision of two nations committed to development and mutual. Today, we celebrate not only a physical transformation, but also a strategic milestone in Sierra Leone's journey towards modernization. The revitalization of this printing department is a testament to what can be achieved through purposeful collaboration, forward-thinking leadership, and a commitment to national development. This achievement will not have been possible without the strong partnership between the government of Sierra Leone, the Dimini Group from China, and the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, headed by my astute minister. It reflects the spirit of the Belt and Road Initiative, a framework that continues to foster connectivity, cooperation, and shared growth across continents. The Right Honorable Vice President, ladies and gentlemen, the relationship between Sierra Leone and China has evolved into a model of South-South cooperation, one rooted
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegancies. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through. and we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change, we've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here, we've always listened, because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen.
The mini group underscores the confidence that international partners have in Sierra Leone's development agenda. It is also a reflection of China's enduring commitment to supporting Africa's growth through practical and impactful investment. As we commission this facility today, let it serve as a beacon of what is possible when nations work.
Into the formal event. Cultural interlude. You know why? Greatest original print. So, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy this cultural performance from stage to stage marshals.
少英雄豪杰都来把你敬仰。少林，少林，有多少神奇故事到处把你传扬？精湛的武艺，继续不放，少林寺威震四方。悠久的历史源远流长，少林寺美丽辉煌，千年的不死神。
Waiting with sweet salon for well now we are. Waiting with sweet salon for well. Waiting with sweet salon for well.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance. Let me tell you something about this city. All of us, we're all just passing through, and we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change, we've waited, and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened. Because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, listen, we are Freetown.
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else, or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown.
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 Yeah.
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fishermen,
The taxi driver,
The barber,
the drummers, dancers,
all of us.
All of us. Everybody. We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
and this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
The greengrocer,
The teacher,
the dog.
this space is ours.
this light is ours.
The beaches are ours.
the rivers now we own.
The roads are ours.
The bridges now we own.
We are Freetown.
We are all visitors and we've all been here forever.
We've got the mightiest river.
And the biggest sky.
And there's a resonance again.
Freetown, Freetown. We are proud of this place. We love this city.
And we want you to love it too.
We're proud of this place.
Na pass we all dey pass like stranger dem, but we all don dey from there. Come here and you'll feel it, that end of the line sense of freedom. Say yes to Freetown. Say yes to freedom.
to an event or a place where we all look, we say we proud for in a place we find so. One less school picking and go the Canaya for can see, we'll create a museum here. Let them see the how printing used to be in 1700s to Usaudi so today. We're going to display some of the old machines here. We want to get university students for the Kaya. So we ask the staff first for maintain here. But they ask my colleagues, I'm glad the 2 ministers of education there. When we get contracts for printing, when I come a government printing department. Businesses nas alone. Private sector, newspapers, please come to the government printing department. Because when you do that, the money comes back into the national coffers. The money comes back to the people of Sierra Leone.
And we'll use that money for move this country go before. With commitment to UNA, una just begin to see the small parts. By the time when they go to SLBC, Madam Director General, Honorable Vice President, you also charged us to transform the national broadcaster. I want to just tell you people, keep your eyes open. We are on our way. The next big invitation, I want to go can see waiting would they do for transform the national broadcaster. And we will make sure so una answer with the same 3 words that within on my Facebook page. Wow. Wow. Wanna watch this video for the final wow. Thank you very much.
For long term, the government printing department has been the official printer with Allman Nasalon believe. But as the technology begin to change, the industry itself begin to move fast. Them long-term machine not be able for the fine work. Them not be able to work quick one, and self not be able to stand the competition. But the mission not been tackled. With better joint hand, whole investment, and one vision, the transformation begin now. Today, the government printing department will enter the new era with world-class technology, new infrastructure, and sober security printing system. The government printing department will take a rightful place as the #1 master sabi printer in Salon.
clap to this man.
Thank you, thank you. Kindly sit down, please. Thank you, Madam MC. We know each other very well. I don't sabi Madam MC since her old 14 years. We grew up together in Conodi Street while she was attending the Holy Rosary Secondary School. Attending, I don't know if not from 1 or from 2. We come a long way. Thank you very much, Madam MC. Wow. Wow. When you stand from where I am standing and you see the government printing department, you see leadership, you see vision, and you see the commitment. That is why every day I tell people that governance is a very serious business. Governance is not a drama, and it is not social dramaturgy. It is a very serious business. And when you see this, you know that governance is a very serious business. It is designed to transform a nation. It is designed as a vehicle to drive development and transform the lives of people. On that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me start with the protocol. First, Honorable Minister of Information and Civic Education and Honorable Ministers, Cabinet Ministers that are here today to grace this transformative and historic making event, the leader of government business, the Deputy Ambassador of China to Sierra Leone, and our able and capable ambassador of Sierra Leone to the People's Republic of China, the government printer, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I must say that on behalf of His Excellency the President, the government, and the people of this country, I want to formally welcome you to this historic event, because the government printer didn't welcome us, he delivered a statement. So I am going to welcome you to the government printing department. So you are all welcome, and I'm very happy you are part of this history we are making here today, because today is a historic day for Sierra Leone. Today we are not simply reopening a department, we are restoring national pride. We are modernizing state capacity, and we are demonstrating once again that this government is committed to transforming old institutions into engines of national development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for many years, the government printing department stood as a reminder of decline productivity. It is a vision of innovation. It is a vision of self-reliance. That is why today's launch represents far more than unveiling modern machinery. It represents, indeed, a birth of a new era, an era in which Sierra Leone can proudly say that world-class printing can be done at home and in this very infrastructure, an era in which our country can produce high-quality newspapers, textbooks, notebooks, certificates, government gazettes, examination materials, and commercial publications with speed, efficiency, security, and in line with international standards. An era in which Sierra Leone positions itself as the premier printing frontier in the sub-region. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today we are very proud as Sierra Leoneans to be able to build an infrastructure that we can be proud of in the region, where our sister countries, Ghana, Guinea, Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, will come to Sierra Leone to print and to publish. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, through this innovative partnership between the government of Sierra Leone and the Deming Group, we have transformed this once neglected institution into a modern industrial printing hub equipped with advanced digital and offset printing technology, post-processing systems, exhibition facilities, training spaces, offices, and a remarkable showroom that stands today as one of the most impressive industrial spaces in our capital city, Freetown. Third, it improves the integrity and security of sensitive documents, including certificates, diplomas, and examination material. It also lays the foundation for us as a country to eventually transition to printing and managing additional sensitive national documents locally, including passports and other documents. Fourth, it creates jobs and builds local technical expertise through technology transfer and skills development. Fifth, it strengthens our Made in Sierra Leone agenda by enabling local production capacity with world-class standards. And finally, it transformed a state-owned enterprise from a financial burden on government into a productive and revenue generating institution. The vision is clear. By the end of 2026, the government printing department should become financially self-sustaining without direct budgetary support from government. Instead, very, very important, instead of consuming public resources, the government printing department will now contribute taxes, generate revenue, support economic activity, and strengthen our national economy. This, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is one of the underlying government objective to diversify the economy. One thing that this government has succeeded in doing over the years, because of the pressing international pressure and also the demand to finance our own development, this government over the last couple of years has focused on diversifying the economy. Takes government revenue to institutions that create revenue and financing. And I want to use the opportunity to thank the Honorable Minister of Information, to thank the Ambassador, and to thank the People's Republic of China, and to thank all the people that has made this possible today. I thank you on behalf of His Excellency the President and the President asked me to congratulate you for this very important day. Congratulations. In addition, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this project also demonstrates the enduring strength of the relationship between Sierra Leone and the People's Republic of China. I wish to sincerely thank the government and the people of China for their continued friendship and support to Sierra Leone's development. I want to particularly commend the Deming Group of company for believing in Sierra Leone and for partnering with us to deliver this transformation in record time. Thank you very much. Shane Shane. This collaboration is a shining example of what somebody just highlighted, a South-South cooperation producing tangible results for ordinary citizens. I also want to pay, on a personal note, a personal tribute to the Minister of Information and Civic Education. This is what we expect of government ministers, for his exceptional leadership and commitment in driving this partnership from conception to execution. Minister Ba and his team have worked very hard to drive the successful completion of this project. Honorable Minister, Deputy Minister, Permanent Secretary, and your team, on behalf of His Excellency the President, let me once again thank you. Thank you for getting us to where we are today. I equally commend the government printer, Mr. Salif Usuma, officials of the Ministry of Finance, the Attorney General's office, and more importantly, our embassy and our ambassador in China, and all those who made this project a reality today. This achievement belongs to all of you. As I walk through this facility, this morning, and saw this massive, and I believe this should not only be reduced to a showroom. This could host very important government programs and government facilities. I would like to see government ministries bringing functions here so that we can showcase what we can do when you have steady, committed, and supportive leadership. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, because this institution is now more than a printing press, it is a vivid realization that institutions can rise again. I must say, this government, like I have already highlighted, will continue to invest in modernization. We will continue to strengthen national institutions, and we will continue to pursue partnership that will deliver measurable results for the people of Sierra Leone. Today, I must say, we are celebrating transformation. Today, we are celebrating innovation. Today, we are celebrating national ambition. And today, we are more importantly celebrating confidence in our people to deliver with concrete results. And this is an evidence of concrete and tangible results. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, honorable ministers, and our colleagues from China, it is in this spirit, forward-looking spirit, this spirit to modernize Sierra Leone, this spirit to move the development of this country, that I officially launched the newly transformed and modernized government printing department of Sierra Leone. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Vice President Dr. Mohammed Juldeh Jalloh, for those inspiring remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, if there are no photos, they usually say apparently the event did not happen. We will take photos, but before that, let's put our hands together again for the Honorable Vice President. Let me respectfully invite His Excellency, the Vice President, the Honorable Minister, Mr. Chernoba, the Chairman of the China Deming Group, the government printer, all ministers in this room, and deputy ministers, leader of government business, and members of parliament present here, heads of MDAs, the deputy ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Sierra Leone, and myself, the chairman. I'd like to invite you outside for the unveiling of this building or this infrastructure. But before that, let us all rise for the pledge. The national pledge. If you heard your name, please remain standing, and I respectfully ask Mr. Vice President to lead the way. The rest of us, please be seated. The Vice. We proceed to the unveiling of the plaque. The Honorable Vice President will unveil the plaque, and after that we'll proceed to the cutting of the ribbon and photo opportunity first, and then the cutting of the ribbon, and then please mind the steps.
Thank you very much. They will hear out there. But alright, when I want me, hold on. Thank you for the Honorable President on behalf of the Excellency, official plaque in department. So Vice President. Ona fa una yon ke e panay wala ulan for you know gula.
The government printing department modernized and rebranded partnership, the Ming Yimo Print Company, officially unveiled by His Excellency President on May 29, 2026. Congratulations.
Do some pictures on the steps. No problem. So we'll do Hey, Chairman. Welcome. Thank you.
The first picture we'll have here, we'll have the Vice President, all right, government ministers, MDAs, the minister Jimin group is also there. The two ambassadors, China and Sierra Leone, are also there. The government printer is also there. Government ministers.
Man and some people. Yes, he do me sweet salon for
زي بعيد ها.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله عليه الصلاة والسلام. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله عليه الصلاة والسلام.
Children are wearing new clothes, bright colors fill the streets. Their faces full of laughter, their pockets full of sweets. Let us rejoice in King. This is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed, for this is the day of Eid. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Mosques are full of worshippers in rows, straight and neat. Their Lord they remember, His name they repeat. Their hands are raised to the sky, they supplicate and plead. On this blessed day, forgive us the intrude. Let us rejoice indeed. This is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed. This is the day of Eid. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. You got mobile phones? Take them out. Take out your mobile phones, please. And do this with them. It's amazing from up here. Wallah. Take them out. People are giving charity and helping those in need. In giving they're competing. Today there is no greed. Oh, let us rejoice indeed. This is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed. For this is the day of Eid. Sulaiman. Amazing. Let's go! Children are wearing new clothes, bright colors fill the streets. Their faces full of laughter, their pockets full of sweets. Let us rejoice indeed. This is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed. This is the صلاة الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله Children are wearing new clothes, bright colors fill the streets. Their faces full of laughter, their pockets full of sweets. Let us rejoice indeed, this is the day of Eid. Let us rejoice indeed, for this is the day of Eid.
Shoop 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 what I do na 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 na. Shoop 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 what I do na 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 na. Shoop 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 what I do na 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 na. Shoop 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 shoop.
Hey mate, ain't that the Quran?
Yes, the Quran.
It's one of the Muslims, isn't it?
Okay, I'm one of those Muslims.
Man, you guys are so angry.
What's your name, bro?
David.
David, my friend. We're not angry, trust me. In fact, we're really happy. I'm going to show you why.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let me tell you about my happiness. I get my happiness from Islam. It makes me kind and a better human. Oh, please help me and I'll show you why. I smile because I'm happy. I'm a Muslim, that's what makes me happy, and that's the truth. Because I'm happy, because I have the notebook Quran, and that's where I get my voice. Because I'm happy, because my Lord is merciful, and He is the forgiving one. Because I'm happy, and I have the sunnah which dictates what my life should do. Okay, come on. In Islam we have one God. Muhammad is His final messenger. We are taught to love and respect her. So believe what she about Islam. Because I'm happy, I'm a Muslim, that's what makes me happy, and that's the truth. Because I'm happy, because I have the notebook Quran, and that's where I get my voice. Because I'm happy, because my Lord is merciful, and He is the forgiving one. Because I'm happy, and I have the sunnah which dictates what my life should do. I just wanna tell the world that we're happy. Just because we're Muslim doesn't mean we're angry. But when we see our fellow Muslims that are suffering, we just wanna help cause we're one big family. I'm a Muslim, that's what makes me happy, and that's the truth. Because I'm happy, because I have the notebook Quran, and that's where I get my voice. Because I'm happy, because my Lord is merciful, and He is the forgiving one. Because I'm happy, and I have the sunnah which dictates what my life should do. Because I'm happy, I'm a Muslim, that's what makes me happy, and that's the truth. Because I'm happy, because I have the notebook Quran, and that's where I get my voice. Because I'm happy, because the Lord is merciful, and He is the forgiving one. Because I'm happy. happy and I had the fun. Now restricted from my life to you. I'm so happy I'm a Muslim.
Hey, I can't believe I'm saying this, but could I have a copy of that?
Yeah, of course, man.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Assalamu alaikum, peace and love my brothers and sisters in humanity and in Islam. I really hope you enjoyed that video. It was for me to show you that us Muslims are really happy. You know, spend some time with a Muslim, you know, to find out about Islam yourself. If you've got a neighbor who's Muslim,
little child, crazy things I used to do, and all the pain I put you through. Mama, now I'm here for you. For all the times I made you cry, the days I told you lies. Now it's time for you to rise. For all the things you sacrificed. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would. I would make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Now I finally understand your famous line about a day I'm wasting time. Cause now I got a child of mine. And even though I was so bad, learned too much from you. Now I'm trying to do it too. Love my kid the way you do. If I could turn back time, if I could make it undone, I swear that I would make it up to you. If I could turn back time, if I could make it undone, I swear that I would make it up to you. Mama, I'm grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, I'm grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. Oh, oh, number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. You know you are the number one for me. Oh, oh, number one for me. There's no one in this world that can take your place. Oh, I'm sorry for taking you for granted. Ooh, I lose every chance I get to make you smile. Whenever I'm around you, now I'll try to love you like you love me. Only God knows how much you mean to me. Oh, if I could turn back time, rewind. If I could make it undone, I swear that I would make it up to you. Mama, grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, grown up now. It's a brand new day. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. Mama, grown up now, and it's not too late. I'd like to put a smile on your face every day. The number one for me. The number one for me. The number one for me.